Mathematics class 11 chapter 13 limits and derivatives. In the last class we have started exercise 13.1 up to question number 23 we have completed. Today we shall study the remaining questions of exercise 13.1. Question number 24, find limit x tends to 1 fx where fx equal to x square minus 1 for x less than equal to 1 and minus x square minus 1 for x greater than 1. For left hand limit, that is x less than equal to 1, we shall use the first function. So limit x tends to 1 minus the first function, this one, for x less than equal to 1, this one x square minus 1. There is no simplification, so place the value of x as 1. So 1 square is 1 and minus 1. 1 minus 1 gives you 0. Now for right hand limit, that is x greater than 1, we'll use this function. So x greater than 1, limit x tends to 1 plus this function for the right hand limit as minus x square minus 1 equal to, instead of x put 1. So here you put 1, so minus 1 square is minus 1 and minus 1 equal to minus 1 gives you minus 2. Now here the left hand limit is 0 and right hand limit is minus 2, that means they are not same. So we can say left hand limit not equal to right hand limit, therefore limit does not exist at x is equal to 1. If these two answers are same, then we say that limit exists, otherwise it does not exist. Question number 25. Evaluate limit x tends to 0 fx where fx equal to modulus of x by x, x not equal to 0 and 0 for x equal to 0. We have modulus of x equal to x when x is greater than 0. So when x is positive, this x value will be, modulus of x will be plus x. Okay, and when x is less than 0, that means this x will be minus of x. Okay, now let us check for the right hand limit. X greater than 0, limit x tends to 0 plus modulus of x by x equal to limit x tends to 0 plus x greater than 0, right hand side, so we'll take x as a positive. So this value is x divided by x, x by x is 1 and we cannot apply the limit because 1 is a constant, so limit of this function will be 1. Then left hand limit, for that x less than 0, limit x tends to 0 minus modulus of x by x is equal to limit x tends to 0 minus, when x is less than 0, we take modulus of x as minus x. So we put here minus x by x, which gives you minus 1. And this is a constant function, so limit of this will be minus 1. So here right hand limit is 1, left hand limit is minus 1. So both are different. So that means as right hand limit not equal to left hand limit, therefore limit does not exist at x is equal to 0. Question number 26. Limit x tends to 0 fx where fx is equal to x divided by modulus of x, x not equal to 0 and 0 when x is equal to 0. For x greater than 0, we know when x greater than 0, modulus of x is x, and for x less than 0, modulus of x will be minus of x. So for x greater than 0, that is for the right hand limit, limit x tends to 0 plus x by modulus of x equal to limit x tends to 0 plus x, and this is greater than 0, so this is x, modulus of x is x, x by x is 1 and limit of 1 will be 1. For x less than 0, left hand limit, limit x tends to 0 minus x divided by modulus of x, so equal to limit x tends to 0 minus x as it is, and modulus of x for x less than 0 will be minus of x. So you put here minus x, so x by x is 1 and this minus is there, so equal to minus 1. That means limit x tends to 0 minus fx is not equal to limit x tends to 0 plus fx. That is left hand limit not equal to right hand limit. Therefore, limit does not exist at x is equal to 0. Question number 27. Limit x tends to 5 fx where fx is equal to modulus of x minus 5. Left hand limit, limit x tends to 5 minus fx is equal to limit x tends to 5 minus modulus of x minus 5. Here we shall place x as equal to 5 minus h. Okay, suppose you transfer h over here and x this side, then you get h is equal to 5 minus x. So if you put x tends to 5, if you put here 5 minus 5 is 0, that means when x tends to 5, h will tend to 0. Okay, you have to interchange this, h you transfer over here, x you transfer over here, so 5 minus x, and if you put x value as 5, then h will be 0. So when x tends to 5, h will tend to 0. So this limit we can write as limit h tends to 0 Instead of x we are taking 5 minus h minus this 5. Limit h tends to 0, 5 minus h minus 5. So this plus 5 minus 5 occurs, so you get here limit h tends to 0 minus h. Apply the limit 0. If you put 0, answer is 0. Right hand limit x tends to 5 plus fx is equal to limit x tends to 5 plus modulus of x minus 5. Here let us put x is equal to 5 plus h. Okay, so if you transfer this 5 over here, it will become minus 5. So if you put x value as 5, h value will be 0. That means as x tends to 5, h tends to 0. So the limit will become limit h tends to 0 modulus of 5 plus h. This value we are placing what we have taken minus 5 equal to limit h tends to 0. This gives you 5 plus h minus 5. 5 plus 5 minus cut, so you get limit h tends to 0 h equal to, now apply the limit, so you put 0, so answer is 0. So left hand limit also 0 answer, right hand limit also 0. That means limit exists at x equal to 5 and the answer or the limit will be equal to 0. So we can say here limit x tends to 5 minus fx equal to limit x tends to 5 plus fx equal to 0. Both are same and their answer is 0. That means limit exists at x is equal to 5 and limit x tends to 5 fx equal to 0. Question number 28. Suppose fx equal to a plus bx for x less than 1, 4 for x equal to 1 and b minus ax for x greater than 1. And if limit x tends to 1 fx is equal to f of 1, what are the possible values of a and b? So we are given here that limit x tends to 1 fx is equal to f of 1. This means left hand limit equal to right hand limit equal to f of 1. So left hand limit symbolically we write as limit x tends to 1 minus fx equal to right hand limit as limit x tends to 1 plus fx equal to this f of 1. Now for left hand limit, that is x less than 1, we have to use this function. So I put instead of fx this a plus bx and limit x tends to 1 minus as it is equal to limit x tends to 1 plus, and for this greater than 1, or you can say right hand limit, will use x greater than 1, that is this function. So b minus ax, so put instead of fx b minus ax, and when x is equal to 1, answer of fx is 4. That means f of 1 is 4. Okay, from here. Now let us compare this equal to this and this equal to this. So limit x tends to 1 minus a plus bx equal to 4, and this one limit x tends to 1 plus b minus ax equal to 4. Apply the limit here, so a plus, if you put here 1, b into 1 is b, so b equal to 4. Same way apply the limit here, so b minus a into 1, that is a equal to 4. Now we shall solve this both the equations. I will add both equations. So a plus b equal to 4, and this I'll add in this, that is I'll just rearrange minus a plus b equal to 4. A and minus a you can cut. Here remains b plus b, which gives you 2b equal to 4 plus 4 is 8. Transfer to here and cut 8 by 2, so you get b value as 4. Now put this value of b in any of these or this equation. I am putting in this equation. Putting b equal to 4 in a plus b equal to 4. So a equal to 4, b transfer over here, so minus b equal to 4 minus b value we found 4. So put here 4. So 4 minus 4 is 0. So a value is 0 and b value is 4. So that is solution for question number 28. Question number 29. Let a1, a2 up to an be fixed real numbers and define a function fx equal to x minus a1 into x minus a2 into up to x minus an. What is limit x tends to a1 fx? For some value, some a not equal to a1, a2 up to an, compute limit x tends to a f of x. Okay, so first we have to find limit x tends to a1 fx, and then we have to find for x tends to a. Okay, this x tends to a, but a is not equal to a1, a2 up to an. Limit x tends to a1 fx equal to limit x tends to a1 fx. The function is given this much, so we'll write here instead of fx x minus a1 into x minus a2 into up to x minus an. Now here no simplification, so just apply the limit x tends to a1. So wherever is x, put a1. So here a1 minus a1 into here a1 minus a2 up to here instead of x, a1 minus an. Now a1 minus a1 is 0. 0 into a1 minus a2 into up to an minus an. Now 0 into anything is 0. That means this value, this product will be 0. So we get the answer, limit x tends to a1 fx equal to 0. Now we shall calculate this one. For a not equal to a1, a2 up to an, limit x tends to a f of x, okay, equal to limit x tends to a fx is given to us this function. So place the function x minus a1 into x minus a2 up to a x minus an. Here also simplification is not there, so just put the value of x is equal to a. So wherever is x, put a. So you get here a minus a1 into a minus a2 up to into a minus an. And once you apply the limit, that is x value, you don't need to write this symbol limit x tends to a1. Okay, so that is solution for question number 29. Question number 30. If fx is equal to modulus of x plus 1 for x less than 0. 0 if x is equal to 0. And modulus of x minus 1 if x is less than 0. For what values of a does limit x tends to a fx exists? So let us write this. If I remove the modulus, here given x less than 0. So this can be written as fx equal to x less than 0. That means this will be minus x plus 1 for x less than 0. For x equal to 0, it is 0. For x less than 0, that means, it should be greater than 0. Okay, so let us correct this. It should be greater than 0, so correct it. Okay, so for x greater than 0, this modulus of x will be positive x, right? So write here x minus 1 for x greater than 0. For a equal to 0, let us check the left hand limit. So for left hand limit, that means you will use this function. Okay, x less than 0, you use this function. So limit x tends to 0 minus x plus 1 equal to, no simplification there is. So put limit x tends to 0, that means x value as 0. So here you put 0 minus 0 or plus 0. It doesn't make any difference. So this is 0 plus 1 and 0 plus 1 is 1. Now for right hand limit, x greater than 0, use this function. So limit x tends to 0 plus x minus 1 equal to 0 minus 1 equal to minus 1. Here is plus 1, here is minus 1. Both are different answer. That means left hand limit not equal to right hand limit. So the limit does not exist at x is equal to a equal to 0. Okay. So x we are taking as a and a value 0. There is no limit existing for the function. Now let us check for x less than 0 and x greater than 0. That is for a value, a real number which is greater than 0 and less than 0. So for a greater than 0, that is left hand limit, limit x tends to a minus. So a greater than 0, that means you use this function. Okay. So x minus 1 equal to, here put the value of x as a minus 1. Right hand limit, limit x tends to a plus. So for this also we'll be using the same function because here we are taking a greater than 0, right? So we'll use this function for both left hand limit and right hand limit. So right hand limit, limit x tends to a plus x minus 1. Here also nothing to simplify. Apply the limit, that is x value as a, so a minus 1. Now what we check here, we see that these two, both the answers are same. That is left hand limit equal to right hand limit. Therefore limit exists at x is equal to a but greater than 0. Okay, when a less than 0. Now we check for less than 0. So left hand limit. Now for less than 0, we'll use this function, the first one. Okay, so we use the first function. Limit x tends to a minus x plus 1. Okay, this one. And just you apply the limit because there is nothing to simplify. Directly apply the limit as x equal to a. So here minus a plus 1. Similarly, right hand limit, limit x tends to a plus minus x plus 1. For this also you will use this value. Okay, because we are checking for a less than 0. Okay, so the function will be this one. So let us place the value minus x plus 1. Apply x value as a, so minus a plus 1. Again you check here that both the answers are same. Left hand limit equal to right hand limit. So that means limit exists at x equal to a but less than 0. So what we have proved that for x equal to a equal to 0, limit not existing. Okay, and we have checked that for x a greater than 0, limit exists, and for a less than 0 also limit exists. So we can say that limit x tends to a fx exists for all a not equal to 0. So a less than 0 it exists, a greater than 0 it exists, but for a equal to 0 does not exist. Okay, that we checked here in the first case. Question number 31. If function satisfies limit x tends to 1 fx minus 2 divided by x square minus 1 equal to pi. Evaluate limit x tends to 1 f of x. Here this function is given, limit x tends to 1 fx minus 2 divided by x square minus 1 equal to pi. The limit can be given to numerator and denominator. So I will give here numerator, that is limit x tends to 1 fx, minus giving here also limit x tends to 1 2, and give to denominator, that is divide by limit x tends to 1 x square minus 1. Limit x tends to 1 fx, this limit is 2 and this value transfer and multiply with pi. So pi into limit x tends to 1, this one x square minus 1. Okay, now apply the limit here. If you put x value as 1 square is 1 minus 1, which gives you 0. So you get here pi 1 minus 1, but this is 0, so 0 into pi is 0, so this value is 0. And here this is a constant function 2, so that means the limit will not affect here, so the answer for this will be 2. Now what you get is limit x tends to 1 fx minus 2 equal to 0. This minus 2 transfer over here becomes plus 2, so you get limit x tends to 1 fx is equal to 2. So that is the value of limit x tends to 1 fx. Question number 32. If fx is equal to mx square plus n when x is less than 0, nx plus m for 0 less than equal to x less than equal to 1, and nx cube plus m for x greater than 1. For what integers m and n does both limit x tends to 0 fx and limit x tends to 1 fx exist? So let us check first left hand limit for x is equal to 0. So limit x tends to 0 minus fx equal to limit x tends to 0 minus. For this we take the function first one mx square plus n. Apply the limit here, so 0 square, that is 0 into m plus this n, this is 0 plus n, so answer is n. And right hand limit x tends to 0 plus fx equal to limit x tends to 0 plus the second function is nx plus m. Here also apply the limit, so put here 0, so n into 0 plus m, which gives you n. Therefore limit x tends to 0 fx exists only if m is equal to 1. So this limit exists if and only if these m and n are same numbers. Okay, so we have concluded for the first part, that is limit x tends to 0 fx exists only if m is equal to n. Now second part we have to check for 1. So left hand limit x tends to 1 minus fx equal to limit x tends to 1 minus, we'll use the function second one nx plus m. Apply the limit, so here put 1, so n into 1 is n plus m, so n plus m. Now right hand limit x tends to 1 plus nx cube plus m, this is the third function, okay, for right hand limit. Apply the limit, so 1 cube is 1, so here n into 1 cube is n, so n plus m. Okay, this m remains. So we have found both same, as limit x tends to 1 minus fx equal to limit x tends to 1 plus fx equal to m plus n, that is left hand limit equal to right hand limit equal to m plus n. Therefore limit x tends to 1 fx exists for any integer values of m and n. Okay, so that is solution for question number 32, and here we end exercise 13.1, and we'll keep this much for today. Thank you very much.